Hi, I'm Elodee. I'm starting to document my life as an independent artist. If you're new here, we can catch you up to speed. But the last 3 years, I had moved out to the forest in the middle of nowhere. I was recovering from a car accident, so it gave me a lot of time to start learning how to produce my own music. I put out 3 singles, with Disconnected being my first one, Around Me Move On, and then Hands Clean. I was also navigating a lot of new autoimmune diagnoses and had to make an abrupt move back to civilization. Here in the present day, I'm in some sort of limbo period, and as I start to work on my next creative projects, I am struggling. The systems I had in place to get my 3 singles out during such a rough sequence of life, I kind of based them off the hustle culture surrounding being an artist, where you're expected to pump out content constantly to the point of exhaustion. And now every time I try to persist with that mindset, I can take one step forward, but life throws me back 10. Hitting this creative wall made me realize that my approach as an artist, my journey, will probably look different than others, especially because I'm in a body that's, I don't want to say has limitations, but thrives off prioritizing self-care versus output of content. I think whether you have autoimmune disorders or not, this should be the case, but in a burnout spiral, we'll call it, the thought crossed my mind, when was the last time I gave myself permission to rest? Rest is something that I struggle with big time, not just because of my ADHD, but I feel a lot of guilt when I'm not being productive, working towards my goals. But yeah, I've definitely been thrown into this era where I cannot create from survival mode anymore, so I have to try something new. In my attempt to pull myself out of this burnout phase, I'm trying to practice the art of rest, which sounds really silly, but I'm literally setting a timer for 5 minutes and doing nothing. It's a lot harder than it sounds, especially for me. We could call it meditation, but I feel like these are the baby steps that I have to take to get to a point where I could meditate, because my brain never shuts off. But also just doing the things that I enjoy for an allotted amount of time, where I'm consciously trying not to feel that pressure to be productive. All of this has been pretty difficult. I think it's like a muscle where the more you do it, the easier it should get. I've been doing this for, let's say, a week and a half now. I've noticed that when I do take time to go pick up my guitar and just sit there with it, I'm feeling more relief from that crushing pressure to create, and it creates a lot of room to express myself more and kind of get back into the groove. And obviously there's a balance to be found, but I think that we all should be able to rest without guilt and create without expectations. I'm currently working on getting my next single out and hopefully a full EP by the end of the year. I don't have any of this really figured out, but if you want to watch it unfold with me, I'll see you in the next update. Also, maybe you could listen to my music.